Hey everybody. So I just wanted to give a little update on what we've been doing around the farm. My husband decided that he wanted to get out the power painter that has been sitting in our garage or in our basement since we moved here. So he wanted to paint the front of the barn, which he did, and he also painted the garden shed and a little bit of the back of the barn, and he painted some spots around the five bay shed. And he's kind of been going crazy with the power painter, which is fine. All these spots needed touching up. So it looks a lot nicer. It definitely spruces things up a bit. We had this power painter. It actually came with the house, so the previous owners, when we first moved here, you see these wooden fences here, this fence line. When we first looked at the house, I thought these fences were PVC. They were so beautifully painted, so perfectly painted, that I thought that they were plastic. I didn't realize that they were actually wood until I got closer to them and realized it. And that's because the people who lived here prior to us, he painted them, I think, once a year. That summer that they were trying to sell the house, I think he painted them more than once. But he had this painter that apparently, like, he would rent, and the company, basically, the rental company was basically like, do you want to buy this thing because you're the only one who rents it? So he did, and then when we bought the house, he left it, and every year we say, we're going to get out the painter and we're going to paint the fences, and every year we just don't do it. And this year we're finally doing it. So what I've been doing is going around, and we're just painting the outside of the fences this year, not the inside of the fences. And I've been going around and scraping off all the loose paint because the paint was so thick on most of the boards, because they'd been painted and painted and painted, that it's just peeling off these big thick sections. So instead of just painting over the peeling paint, I've been going around and scraping what I can of the paint off of the boards, and then my husband's has come around behind me and spray paint and sprayed. Up here hasn't been done yet. Mostly we've just done down at the bottom by the road. And he just wanted to use up what paint he had, and I think he's going to buy some more to do the rest for at least this summer. So yeah, finally got that out, finally figured out how to use it, or at least my husband did. I really didn't. I have no desire to learn how to use the power painter. But he's been enjoying using it, I think. It's one of those things where, like, yeah, once you get going, it's really great. So that's, like, basically been our focus, except for a few things in the gym, for the last, like, week. And I will do another update on the gym next week. But aside from, there's the gardens, I've been working on those, harvesting a lot of stuff. The tomatoes are just barely starting to ripen, which is great. The peppers are going absolutely nuts. And, I've been working on trying to sell produce. I've been setting up my little stand on the bottom of the driveway every weekend, and, getting like a couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. And it is what it is. And I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. It all is, and this year, I'm hoping just maybe to, like, kind of recoup what I spent on the gardens this year, and see kind of how it goes going forward. It's been interesting. Like, the peppers are going nuts. I'm having a better pepper season and a better tomato season than I've ever had so far, as long as the tomatoes ripen. But then things like the zucchinis and the delicata squash like all the squashes, the cucumbers have just been taking forever. It took a while for, I think, the pollinators to find them. And then just with the weather the way it's been, like yesterday and the day before were like the first really nice days that we got in like basically all summer. It was sunny. It wasn't humid. It was, you know, it was hot, but not really hot. And like I said, not humid, and no wildfire smoke. So like we've had 2 good days all summer so far. And we're almost through with July. So it's been an interesting summer. And I think that's why, I mean, you always have that with gardens. You always have, you know, a year where some things are great and other things aren't. You know, like my snap peas, usually they do great. I had 2 great years, and then ever since then, I haven't been able to get them to really grow well. And this year is no exception. Just haven't really been able to get them to, I mean, I did have to replant them. So they started a little late because I had to replant them, but it's just been really weird for something, you know, just some things that usually are like, you know, just going gangbusters, like zucchinis. Like you can't mess up zucchinis, but they're just kind of like they're not proliferating like they usually do. So anyway, that's kind of been the story of the garden this year. And of all things, lettuce, even with as hot as it's been, the lettuce has been phenomenal. I don't know why. It's been really weird. But yeah, you know, now since we're still getting rain, we're actually under another flood watch, like the 3rd flood watch of the summer. It's been an interesting year. So anyway, that's today's Farm Friday, and I will be back next week with all new videos. So I will see you then. Have a great weekend. Bye.